Mitosis. You got it written down? Hey, things you need to write down. Here you go. Mitosis. Mitosis is the process by which a eukaryotic cell divides and creates a copy of itself. So it's just a fancy way of saying make a new cell by dividing in half. Yesterday we talked about with the story, right? The new skin cells or new bone cells need to form, and the way they do that is they get really big, they copy all their organelles, and then they divide, okay? So this is what our body cells are doing all the time. Certain cells don't do it all the time, like your brain cells. Your brain cells don't divide. That's why if you damage your brain, you can go brain dead because your brain cells are not going to divide and replace the ones that got damaged. The mitosis is when a eukaryotic cell divides. Prokaryotic cells, they can divide too. It's just called something else because they don't have a nucleus to deal with. But eukaryotic cells have a nucleus. So you can see the nucleus there in purple, and it divides, it creates an exact copy. So every time we copy a cell, it has the exact same DNA as the cell it came from, which is important if we're talking about, a mutation, right? Because if there's a mutation in that first cell that an organism comes from, like you come from, all the cells that are copied from that will also have a mutation. Okay? Anyone need any more time to write? So why do cells need mitosis? They need it for two reasons. Growth, for growing, and for repairing. So you guys, most of you are still growing, right? So your cells are undergoing mitosis. And for repair, did you know that like lizards and salamanders, they can lose their tail, and then it grows back? And a starfish. Yes, like SpongeBob and Patrick. All right, so we need it for growth and repair. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's the deal, okay? DNA is normally not in chromosomes. We've been talking about chromosomes. The DNA is not normally, it doesn't usually look like chromosomes, okay? It usually looks like the spaghetti on this picture, okay? That spaghetti is called chromatin, okay? No, that's chromatin. It's an artist's drawing of chromatin, okay? So I basically say it looks like it's not spaghetti. It's what DNA looks like. Unorganized DNA. Okay? I usually compare it to a really messy bunch of yarn that's tangled up. Okay? So we've got yarn, right? But here's the problem. If I have a really messy bunch of yarn that's all tangled up, what's going to happen when I try to pull one side of the yarn, one side of the cell, and the other side to the other side? It's going to get all tangled and stuck, right? So this is why we wind it up into chromosomes. And that's why I use a thing of wrapped up, skein of yarn to show that, because these look like chromosomes, and it's really easy to pull these apart to the other sides of the cell. Two chromosomes come together to make this X shape. So sometimes these chromosomes, right, they pair up, because one's from mom, one's from dad, and they pair up to make this X shape that we usually see. Okay? Right? Chromosomes don't mate, no. Yes, Sydney. No, they just pair up when the cell divides. To make reproductive cells. Different process we'll talk about in a week. It's complicated. So let's look at a picture of real life chromosomes. These are real life chromosomes. Now, normally you're like, well, hey, chromosomes are made of DNA. Where's the DNA? How come I can't see the double helix? It's too small, okay? So this double helix is wrapped all super tight up in these chromosomes, wrapped in, So that's why we can't see it. We'd have to zoom in a lot closer to actually see these chromosomes, okay? So humans have 46 chromosomes each. Now, this does not mean we have 46 chromosomes total in our body. It means we have 46 in every single cell, right? And we've got trillions of cells. So trillions times 46 is a lot more trillions, right? It's a lot of chromosomes. Yes, Sam. Yep. You can't. You wouldn't survive. Well, the cell would die. So the only thing that matters though is how many chromosomes are in the sperm cell and the egg cell that make the first cell. Because remember, all the cells in your body are a copy from that first cell. Because when we pull the chromosomes to either side of the cells for the cell to divide, one of them gets lost and goes over here. I know. All right. 23 of your chromosomes come from mom, 23 come from dad. Yep, that's why you look like both your mom and your dad. Yeah, I know you probably say you look like more like one than the other. We'll talk about why that is. Dominant and recessive. Yep. Okay. What do you guys notice about the picture of these chromosomes? Anything? Okay, they all look different. What else? They're numbered. What else? One looks like a K. What else? They get smaller. Okay. Most of them have two. Okay, good. You guys are like really good at this. My other class is like, Miss Franklin, they're black and white. I'm like, tell me more. They're like, some are more black. Like, I know. Okay. So they're all paired up. That's because one of the chromosomes in each pair comes from mom and one comes from dad. Okay. Now, Y and X. Okay. These determine if you're male or female. So if you have an X and a Y, you are a boy. If you have two X's, you are a girl. Okay. Look at this shrimpy little Y chromosome here. Oh. I don't know if that's a disease. I don't think it's not a disease. You can't. It's not possible. Because the Y, there's a bunch of really important genes on the X chromosome. You have to have it to live. So you have to have at least one X chromosome to live. All right. So the cells are called diploid cells. Nope, diploid. Okay. The diploid cells. Di means two, like kind of like I just think of it like dice, like a pair of dice. That's the only thing I can think of to help you remember it. But di means two. So they're called diploid cells, all the cells in your body for the most part, because they have two sets of chromosomes. Now, the only cells in your body that do not have two sets of chromosomes, or 46 chromosomes, are reproductive cells, sperm cells and egg cells. Why? If you think about it, if we had a sperm cell that had 46 and an egg cell that had 46 and they come together to make a baby, they're going to have 92. That's a problem. You can't have 92 chromosomes. Won't work. They wouldn't fertilize. The egg would probably like not even grow and develop. Like if there's something super wrong with an egg or a sperm, it just like self aborts itself before it even like matures. Yeah. All right. So what I want you to do is at your desk, you should have a big piece of string. So get the big piece of string. Big piece of string. Yep. If you need one, come up and get one. Just got it there. That's fine. Either one. Big piece of string that's in a circle. Okay. So I need you to draw it. Put it in a circle on your desk. Make your yarn a circle on the desk. This is going to be your cell. Okay. Yeah. Or you can share, I don't care. Okay, next thing I need you to do, take the small pieces of yarn. Small pieces, put them all in the middle, all bunched up. Because we said this is called chromatin, right? Chromatin's when it's not very organized. No, they might be different colors, that's okay. All right. Next thing I need you to do. Hey guys, I need you to listen up. I'm just gonna hear how bad you are. All right, next thing I need you to do, the chromosomes, right? The DNA winds up into chromosomes. So you need to make X's out of your little pieces of yarn. See that little pause button? I'm recording right now. Okay, so you're making X's, right? Next thing that happens, all of the X's line up in the middle. So I need you to line up all the X's in the middle of the cell. All right, and then next, the X's, once they're lined up in the middle, one side of the X is going to go to the right and one side's going to go to the left. Okay, ladies. Okay, so you're going to put one side of the X goes to the left, one side to the right. So pull apart the X's. Pull apart the X's. Adam, what's going on? You're supposed to have your X's all lined up in the middle. In a row. All right, once you have them split apart, like the picture. Doesn't matter to me. All right, then you can pinch it in, right? Pinch the cell in so it forms two cells, right? Right? So that's how we get two cells, right? Crazy. No, we'll talk about that.